Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm doing a video today that I have not done in a while, but that doesn't mean I haven't been shopping, and that doesn't mean that I still don't love it. Today I'm showing you my Azure Standard haul. This is probably my last one for the year, and it's a pretty big one because I really haven't ordered from Azure in about 3 to 4 months, so it was definitely time. So I thought before I put my stuff away that I would come on, show you what I got, and encourage you to make sure to go ahead and get your items now for the winter. Get all of your bulk items, stock up just in case there's bad weather or there's an emergency or something like that you are covered. I always tend to do this. I order through Azure. Usually I was doing it every month, but with my travel schedule, I have missed them the last 3 or 4 months because when it was time for my drop, I wasn't in town. So this time I was able to make it. And I've tried to split up my orders. Usually instead of me ordering every month, I've been ordering like maybe once a quarter and just getting a lot of stuff at one time. And that kind of saves me in terms of trying to make sure that I'm here when the drop is here. And then also I can kind of just plan out from a budgetary standpoint. But I always make sure that I do a big Azure order before the end of the year to kind of stock up. And a lot of times in the fall is when I can concentrate on what I have, what I don't have. And that's when I usually do like my big orders is usually around November or December. So let's take a look and see what I got this month. So the first thing I want to show you is I got a 25-pound bag of all-purpose flour. So when it comes in, let me just back up. If you don't know what Azure Standard is, pay attention, and you need it in your life. So you can go to the description in my box and click on the link and go to Azure Standard. But basically, think of it as an online co-op system where you can buy bulk foods, produce, grains, oats, cosmetics, whatever it is that you want. They have tons of organic options and you get it at a really good price point. But they come once a month and do what they call a drop in your local area. And so you and other people in your community go to the designated spot to pick up orders once a month. So you save, you still pay shipping, but you're going to pay a lot less because obviously the shipping cost is spread out over, all the orders and things like that. So for my order today, the total weight was like 80 and 90 pounds. I had like 6 cases of stuff, but I only paid like $20 in shipping. So obviously, if I was buying this from a direct place coming to my house, I would pay more in shipping. But I cannot rave enough about the quality of Azure Standard, the customer service, the family that's behind it. Like, it's all good stuff. And so if you're looking for organic options, if you're looking to buy things in bulk, then I encourage you, go to the link in my bio. All you have to do is put in your zip code and see where the closest drop to you is. I am fortunate that my drop is only 20 minutes away. There are some people that have to drive 45 minutes to an hour, but they gladly do it because the savings and the options that you get are unparalleled. And then if you go to the website and there is not a drop in your area, you can actually start a drop and become a drop coordinator if you so desire. But the first thing I got is 25 pounds of all-purpose flour. I also ordered 25 pounds of cane sugar, but they were out of stock. So I'll just get that on my next order. But y'all know I'm in my baking era, so I'm baking lots of breads and goodies and all that stuff. And so the flour that I prefer, that I love, is King Arthur. They do not have a bulk option. You have to buy it in 5-pound bags. And so I typically do also an order with King Arthur, and I get 5 5-pound bags of bread flour and then 5-pound bags of all-purpose flour, and order that on a frequent basis. I use way more all-purpose flour than I do bread flour, so I thought it would be advantageous and wise for me to go ahead and get this in a 25-pound bag to have in my root cellar for storage and things like that, in case it's hard for me to get. Because the situation I'm in now, like, I don't need much bread flour. I have quite a bit, but I am running lower than I would like on all-purpose flour. So I thought this was a great way to get this kind of stocked up. And when it comes to all-purpose flour, to me, they kind of act all the same, but I do notice a difference when I use different kinds of bread flour, like for my sourdough starter and sourdough recipes and things like that. So I got that. This is a very good price. You can also get it in a 50-pound bag as well. Then I re-upped my stock of organic olive oil. This is a case of 6, and it's organic. It's 25.4 ounces. This is some good quality olive oil. You can order it single. So even though they have bulk options, you can always usually buy something in a single, especially if you want to try it out for the first time. But you will usually get a price break if you order it at least a quantity of 3 or order a case. So I always order this as a case. I think the case is like $120. So I'm paying about $20 per bottle of olive oil, which again, that's still a good price for, what is this? Yeah, 25.4 ounces, and it's a good quality olive oil. But I always buy this in the case, and it will usually last me, I mean, several months. I actually ran out because I was making comfrey salve and ran out of my other olive oil, and I had to use this olive oil. So that's the reason why I'm out. But usually I buy a case, I would say probably no more than 3 times a year, maybe twice a year. So we have that. Now let's go over here to the other stuff. Okay, so here is the other part of the haul that I got. So starting with this right here, this is a new product that I've never tried. It's sweetened condensed coconut milk. So if you are vegetarian or vegan, this is a good option if you're trying to eliminate some of your dairy. I've never tried it before, but I got 3 of them. And they're, let me see, 6 ounces a piece. I'm going to try this as a substitute for condensed milk in some of my holiday bacon recipes. So that's a good stuff. And then I also got 10 pounds of small red beans. Okay, I got 10 pounds of small red beans that I'm going to can to have on my pantry shelf. Let me tell you this. I had a small bag of these, and I canned, I think I did 2 quarts of red beans. Game changer. And this is so that I can make seasoned red beans to go over rice. Now, this is what I found out in watching another YouTuber. A lot of times people will use red kidney beans when they're making red beans and rice. So a lot of times people will use red kidney beans when they're making red beans and rice. I have done that before too, but I was watching this YouTuber, and she talked about making red beans and rice with small red beans, and she said they are not the same thing. And I'm like, really? And so it has to say small red beans. They're actually a different shape. Obviously, kidney beans are shaped like a kidney, and they're bigger. They have, to me, like a more of a, not nuttier, but a different flavor. These taste great. Not the kidney beans don't, but these taste good. I made 2 quarts of this to try it out. We've already used them. Like within a week, they were gone. It was so good. So if you want to see a video on how I do that, let me know. But literally, you just open the jar and warm it up, put it over some rice. It's already seasoned. When I can it, you can add in, you know, if you normally do like sausage in your red beans and rice, like whatever you normally do, it is so good. So I want more on my pantry shelf. So I already have 5 more pounds. So this will give me 15 pounds, and this will be canned up this fall and winter for sure. Next, I got some coconut oil. I use this a lot, and I love the fact that they have like a liquid version and not one that's already, what do you call it, solidified. Or sometimes you buy from the store, they will solidify on you. But this one stays a liquid, really good. And this is 32 ounces. This is a plastic bottle, but they do have it in glass, and they have it in various sizes. So I'll always keep this on my shelf. Then I got some of this Green Reserve balsamic vinegar that somebody told me about. So I'm going to try that for something that I'm doing. Then I got, what is this? A pound of rose hips that are dried and sifted. Rose hips are great for your immunity. You can make this as a tea. We actually use this in our elderberry syrup and our elderberry syrup kits. So we actually do our elderberry syrup in batches. We actually have a pre-order going on right now. So if you need elderberry syrup and you don't want to make your own, go to the link in my description, in my bio, livingfoodsfarm.com, and go get you some elderberry syrup. Or you can buy you an elderberry syrup DIY kit, which we put this in here. You can make your own elderberry syrup. All you do is add water and your sweetener, and you're off to the races. So I bought that. Then I also bought 4 ounces of ginger powder. Again, you can use this in recipes and in cooking. if you don't have fresh ginger on hand. Also, we use it in our elderberry syrup as well. Next, this is a new product. I saw it and I'm like, that's interesting. Now, I love the Late July brand chips. I buy their tortilla chips. They have a jalapeno, lime, and salt that is so good. They have a multigrain that's really good. And so I like all the products that they have. So I was like, let me try it. Multigrain sweet potato. Let's try it together. Let's just try it together. This is what it looks like. That's good. It doesn't really taste sweet potato-ish. Wait. No. It tastes like a multigrain chip. It's good. I don't taste sweet potato though, at all. Let's see. What's the ingredients? Corn, sunflower, oil, sweet potato, brown rice, cane sugar, chia seeds, sea salt. So great ingredients. Great as a snack. It just tastes like a multigrain chip to me. It's good. It has like a little bit of a sweet, like very faint. It's good. I think this would be good with some hummus. This would be good with some salsa. Like, it really tastes more like a multigrain chip than a sweet potato chip. But it is good. Very good. Okay. So then I have 10 pounds of soft white wheat berries. So I have this is 5 pounds and I have another 5 pounds right here. This is 5 pounds. I got another 5 pounds right here. So when I was going through my root cellar, kind of doing some inventory, I have hard white wheat berries, but I did not have either. I didn't have any soft, or I only had a little bit. So I do have a grain meal. I'm trying to think if I don't think I've shown my grain meal on YouTube because it's been a while since I've milled my own grains. And the kind that I have it has an electric and a manual option, but you have to clamp it onto the side of your counter, which I don't love. And so now, you know how you see that somebody else has something? I've been seeing like these Nutra grain meals on everybody's like YouTube, not everybody, but you know, people that I watch YouTubes. And I'm like, I really like the way that look. That looks so easy. And I want it, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $400. If you have a Nutra meal, put in the comments, knowing that I already have a grain meal, do I need to go get it? Let me know. Y'all lead me in the right direction. But anyway, regardless, I do have a grain meal. So I do have the option to mill my own grains, even though I haven't been. But I did not have any soft white wheat berries or enough on my pantry shelf. So I went ahead and got 10 pounds. So all the things that I'm buying in bulk, I will put in Mylar bags and then put the Mylar bags, put an oxygen absorber in it. And then I would put that inside of a 5-gallon bucket. That's how I store my longer term items. To me, that's the safest way that I feel to do it, to make sure there's no rodents, no light, no moisture, no nothing. Like, it's all taken care of. And so for those soft white wheat berries, when you mill your flour, you can make things like biscuits, pancakes, you know, just think about soft foods. The hard white wheat berries is going to be more for your rustic breads and things like that. So that's the reason why you would have a difference of the two. Y'all let me know about that grain meal. Oh, and then we got this. This is how many? 12 pounds of raw wildflower honey. When I say I'm not a honey fan, like, I like honey, I don't love honey. I wouldn't just eat it by the spoonfuls. But this right here, this wildflower honey, it's raw, it's organic, it tastes so good. Like, I've done a video from the first time that I ordered it. You can get it obviously in a smaller container, in a glass jar. I tasted some, like, you can eat it off the spoon. It's that good. Has such a great flavor. They also have another one called Orange Blossom that I really, really love. And I keep on my pantry shelf. This right here, the reason why I bought so much is because, again, we use this in our elderberry syrup. And so I buy it in bulk so that we have plenty to make the orders. And like I said, we're in the middle of elderberry syrup orders right now. We'll be making a huge batch this weekend to send out orders next week. So that's the reason why I went ahead and re-upped on this. So y'all, this is my haul. Again, I think total haul was like maybe $300. So not that terribly big. And it was so funny when I was going through my root cellar, and looking at all my bulk items, I'm really good on beans. Like I have a ton of black beans, a ton of pinto beans, a ton of lentils, a ton of red kidney beans. So the things that I was missing was the small red beans. On my last order, I did a big thing of oats, a big thing of polenta grits. Those are two things that I always keep in stock from Azure Standard. So I was good on that stuff, but all of this other stuff. Oh, I forgot one thing. I didn't see this. I also got, what is this? 5 pounds of elbow pasta. Again, organic. Y'all, sometimes you can't even get an organic option at your local grocery store, your Walmart. So organic, 5 pounds of elbow pasta. So I also want to talk about, I did a video, and there's a playlist called Preparation Videos. I talked about lessons that they learned in the Great Depression and how to be prepared for emergency crises, hard times, or whatever, and things that you need to have stocked in your pantry. In one of those videos, I talked about some of the top 10 items to have stocked in your pantry. One was pasta and grains. So we have pasta, grains. Another one was flour. We did that. Sweeteners, honey, right? We talked about oils. So a lot of the things that I bought are from that list. Not that I was looking at the list, but these are the things that I keep in my pantry stocked all the time. I would encourage you, if you're not buying in bulk, and if you have the means to do it, do what you can. Sometimes it seems super expensive because, again, all of this stuff is like $300. And if your budget doesn't allow you to spend $300 at one time, trust me, I get it. Do what you can. So get one thing. You know, if you use a lot of flour, or you know you'll be using it during the baking season, you can get a 25-pound bag of flour for $25 versus going to Walmart every week and buying, you know, a 5-pound bag for $6, right? So do what you can, but if you can, save up and get your items in bulk. You're going to spend less money over time. You have the ability to get higher quality ingredients, and you can get them organically. So let me know, what are your if you shop from Azure all the time, what are your top 3 favorite Azure products that you get all the time that I need to think about getting if I don't already get. And again, other things that I get from Azure that I love are the frozen fruit. I've done mangoes, I've done pineapples, I've done blueberries. All of them have been excellent. Excellent. They're frozen blueberries. They come in a box, I think it's 5 pounds. When I tell you, it tastes like they went up to the blueberry farm and picked them and then just brought them to your house. That's how good they taste. So good. I could go on and on about all the stuff that I buy, but this is my haul. I want to know, what's your top 3 items that you get from Azure? And if you have never shopped Azure before, go to the link in my description and make sure you go check it out. And I cannot wait to see what you order and how you love it. Y'all, it's the holiday season coming up. It's fall and winter. Stock up. Make sure that your pantries are full of the essential items so that you don't get caught slipping or without. Remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.